You're listening to Key West Beer Tales, the sum of all beers, brought to you by the Cork and Stogie, 1218 Duval Street, Key West, Florida. The facts and opinions of the show and its staff are prone to exaggeration, error, and conjecture, and are often given under the influence, always given under the influence of drinking beer. After all, this is a beer show. It's about beer, and we are busily drinking it while discussing its merits, so what did you expect? Slurring, laughing loudly, name-calling, and belching are par for the course, so it's best if you imbibe with us in a responsible manner just to get into the spirit. We always welcome your comments, whether we actually pay attention to them or not. Thanks for listening.
Hey!
All right. Welcome to Key West Beer Tales.
The sum of all beers.
My name's Key West Chris.
I'm Danny Hoy.
I'm Cowboy Mark.
I'm Diamond Dave.
And Dave Senior.
Yeah.
Apparently, no one's drunk here.
It's not at all.
It's going to be
Yep.
an interesting show tonight. No, I think I already know what the operative word is. It's going to be Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest.
Has to be the
Here.
operative
Prost.
word. Cheers to
Prost.
that. Yes. You know, as it was September 20th, it started.
Yes,
And
yeah.
what was the mayor of Munich always gets
Taps
to
the
tap it.
first keg of,
Yeah.
I believe it's Spaten.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is Spaten.
In any case, we have
We have a
beer
very
news.
unique
Yeah,
situation.
we have beer news, which is going to circumnavigate
So
the show for a minute.
But I want to do a little 2 cents on what's going on right now here in the beer world in the United States. One of my favorite beers, one of the best beers of all time, I think. Well, yeah.
That in
I mean, like,
mind.
everyone go ahead and laugh because I'm going to say this, and it's funny.
3% of the market.
3% of the market. And from where I'm from, this is 95% of the market, which is a very interesting thing. But so PBR was recently sold to a Russian conglomerate. That's Pabst Blue Ribbon, and it was sold to. I don't. We decided we're gonna Oasis Beverage
it's on
Company
public
or
record.
whatever
It's
the
on
hell
the news.
it's called. But yeah, it was a Russian conglomerate bought Pabst Blue Ribbon this past week, and this is literally everything I've done up to this point to keep this from happening.
This right here, real quick, just says on this Munchies things, it says Russians just bought America's most beloved crappy beer.
Yes,
By the way,
honestly, it is America's most beloved crappy beer.
It really is.
And
yeah.
it is the best beer I've ever had in my entire life. And I know that can't go on the radio.
okay,
I'm
don't
sorry.
worry about
Say the German word.
Scheisse. I would be more happy with literally any other conglomerate corporation from any other place in the world to buy this beer.
Really?
I mean, honestly, this is like Red Dawn. And like these
Red
people,
Dawn of beer.
like what? Seriously, the Russians buying PBR?
Yeah, right.
I mean, like they're literally red, white, and blue. The
Yes.
cans are red, white, and blue. I'm like, I am not a nationalist. I'm not. Oh,
Well, you're not
God, I'm not a
prejudiced.
lot of things, but like what I am really is a patriot, and I really love this beer.
What are they doing to our beer?
And like honestly, they're just gonna put fluoride in it, and next thing you know, we're like maybe like taking over like missile silos, and
Yeah.
and then like like Doctor Strangelove all over again.
They're gonna-
I mean, like,
they're
you
gonna
guys
mess with
remember
our
the
vital
first time
essence.
Doctor Strangelove happened, right?
They're going to
Have
mess with
you
our
ever
vital
heard-
essence.
The
I think a pile of pillows just attacked Chris.
It's the couch. The couch is
Dogs.
Red Dawn.
Are you speaking of cowboys, are you familiar with the group the Leningrad Cowboys?
Yes, I am.
And have you ever seen them sing with the Red Russian Army Choir?
Yes, I
Have you
have.
seen them do Sweet Home Alabama? It's the same thing as them buying PBR.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, so this
I'll
is like
post
this
it on
is
the
really
site when this
is
shows-
a really like so like a couple days ago when I first found out about this, and so like last Monday when I first found out about this, I was like, I was floored, I was flabbergasted. I was in New York City, and I didn't know what to do. And like you guys had your radio show without me,
We missed you.
when I first found out about this. And
I didn't miss it.
I literally...
Dave's
Jeez,
like,
Dave. Thanks, bro.
Yes.
You like some more beer? No, you can't have any.
Mark's got the beer.
I'm the beer master.
It's that love-hate relationship thing,
That's mostly love.
I
Mostly
think
love.
we should ask our the people who are listening to the show to feel free and write in on our Facebook page or anything. Let us know what you think about the Ruskies buying PBR.
The Ruskies.
Oh, yeah.
You can send us...
yes.
You can email us at keywestbeertales@gmail.com.
Okay, so we talked...
That's enough.
We talked about this. We talked about this. I know it very well.
Yes.
I shouldn't say the Russians because Oasis probably has a multinational corporate.
Probably.
No, they're
entity,
from
but-
what I read, it's a Russian company.
Well, it's a Russian company,
Yeah.
and I'm not like. Don't get me wrong. And 99.99% of the Russians I've ever met in my entire life are amazing people, and it's just. I grew up in the late 70s, early 80s, and it's just really tough for me to see Red Dawn actually.
I have to mention my grandfather who fought in World War II,
Oh, yeah.
and this is his favorite beer.
My grandfather fought in World War II, and this is his favorite beer. Actually, my great-grandfather fought for the 116th Infantry Division out of New England, the YD, the Yankee Division.
Okay.
And they were stationed in Siberia for a while. And
really?
they fought the First World War out of there, which is really weird because most Americans probably don't know that there was a big influence of the Imperial Russian and...
Yes.
Probably not smart enough right now to actually talk about this. But anyway, I mean, my entire family who served in the First World War and the Second World War, I mean, this is the beer they drank. I mean, it's offensive to me. I find this beer to be like a true source of American pride. It exemplifies the steel worker, the patriot, the soldier, the sailor, the marine, the airman. I mean, this is a beer that is this embodies patriotism for me. And it's sad for me to see this be sold off to a Russian conglomerate, which is terrifying. I mean, next thing you know, Nike will be made in North Korea. Which already happened.
Long time ago.
Long time ago.
Right.
By the way, I want to mention that we are at the Cork and Stogie.
1218 Duval.
It's sunny Key West, Florida.
That's why we live here.
I was wondering if that was going to happen or not.
So, yes, what's going on?
Oktoberfest.
I think it's Hacker-Pschorr
I'm out of
time.
mine.
I think it's Hacker-Pschorr time.
Dave Jr., do you have any tasting notes on this?
I'm working on
Your dad's
As a matter of
useless.
fact,
Danny,
I
Oktoberfest.
feel it's,
Welcome to Oktoberfest.
pretty much kind of a typical Oktoberfest beer. It's a nice amber color. I like the flavor, the malty flavor of it, up front, with a slight caramely on the back of the tongue. It's a really good beer, especially if I actually, to tell you the truth, I made the bratwurst the other day, and I boiled them in 2 bottles of Hacker-Pschorr.
yeah.
And they sat all day long in it, and they were very, very good.
I mean, this is a perfect sausage beer.
Oh, yeah.
And I always talk about this when I talk about old world beers. Dave, I think Senior, you wanted to say something?
No, I'm just drinking beer.
Oh, no, you wanted
No,
to say
you
something.
wanted to say something.
You were going to say
You were
something.
full on going to say something.
Really?
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
could tell.
I saw that in your eye.
I think I got a little bit of gas is what it was.
Oh yeah, cool, great. Let's talk about Dave's gas.
Dave's- so was it caused by a bratwurst or some schnitzel, perhaps?
I just see sausage in this. All the Oktoberfest beers, I just see bratwurst and
I would like a pretzel, big German pretzel with this, with some mustard.
It's Oktoberfest beer. I want to have pork and
Yes.
potato salad and sausages and sauerkraut.
Ooh, sauerkraut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any details about this beer that
The style of beer is called a Märzen beer,
Märzen.
and that's what the Oktoberfest. When they first brewed it, what they would do is and it's a lager.
So, hey, what does Märzen mean?
Märzen means it's brewed in March,
Yes.
and they would store it in the mountains in Bavaria because it's cooler in there, and it's a
Yes.
lager, so it has to store, unlike ales. So it would store over the summer months, and then they brought it out to celebrate two things. The first time they did it was the marriage of the king, Mad King Ludwig, and the second reason was to celebrate the harvest, because right now they're harvesting everything.
Yes.
So they have a big festival. It started on September 20th, and I think it goes to the first Sunday in October is when it ends.
Yes.
And it'll end at 10:30 at night on that Sunday.
And the actual what they call parade fields,
yeah,
which is where they set up all the tents and
Right.
stuff like that,
Wow.
is literally bigger than the island of Key West.
wow.
I
I
mean,
want
like,
to go.
it's-
I want to
it's-
go. I want to go.
It's almost.
I want to go too.
It's almost the length of Manhattan.
That's incredible.
Because it's flat and it's like this dugout area. It takes you less time to cross it, but it's actually quite remarkable to see. And Dave Senior and I we spoke about this briefly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And like we discussed it, and like like the first time I ever saw it, there was no people on it. It was just this like park, in Bavaria and in Munich.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was like, what is this? And they were like, oh, this is where they have Oktoberfest. And I was like,
Wow.
whoa.
A lot of territory, a lot of people.
a lot of people's an understatement. The largest crowd they've ever had there is 7 million over a 2-week period, and the average crowd right now is usually around 6 million people attend the Oktoberfest.
Yeah, and I think they hold for opening day. It's the most amount of beer ever recorded drank in a 24-hour period.
Oh, wow.
And I believe it's 17 million liters of beer.
Whew.
While we're talking about the Oktoberfest, we should mention that there are 6 breweries in Munich, and each one of these breweries has a major tent at the festival. One of the beers we're not going to have tonight. We have 3 of the beers, which I think is really impressive. 3 beers in Key West from the Oktoberfest. 3 of the 6. One of which is Augustiner. They are only... I went on their website, and I know they've had Oktoberfest beers in the past, because I've seen pictures of them that are available, but they said Augustiner brews Oktoberfest beer exclusively for Munich's Oktoberfest, where it is dispensed out of wooden barrels only.
I
So it
want a
sounds to
wooden
me
barrel
like
of
this year they're not producing any Oktoberfest. So out of the 5 available ones, we have 3 of them tonight, which I think is fantastic.
Yes.
And congratulations, Dave Senior.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this next one up is the Paulaner.
The Paulaner is the most popular beer at the Oktoberfest. They sell more Paulaner than they do any other brand.
And I was
Really?
I was thinking, out of the 3, this is my least favorite, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
Okay,
I just
reinforcements.
mean out of
I wanna-
the 3.
I want to really briefly touch on your tasting notes for this, and I just seen you drink your first drink of it.
Amber, refreshing, and has quite a bit of carbonation, I think.
Yeah.
It's not as heavy as the Hacker-Pschorr. But
By heavy,
here-
do you mean malty, or do you mean like
it's not as
actually
malty?
weighty?
It's not as malty.
Okay. Do you mean like texture on the tongue, or do you mean like, again, when I say malty?
Both.
Okay, so it's not as heavy on the tongue,
Not as heavy on the
texture-wise.
tongue, and it's less malty. It's a great beer. Don't get me wrong. I don't mean to belittle it in any manner, shape, or form. It's a really nice, really
what
nice
it is.
beer.
It's a different interpretation on
Yeah.
the style, and that's all.
It's definitely more of a more mild beer than the Hacker-Pschorr is.
Yes, absolutely.
And incidentally, a couple of things on this one. I wouldn't bother going into the original gravity because, well, for those who like it, it's 13.7%. But the alcohol on it is 5.8. The IBUs are 24, And just going back to the Hacker-Pschorr, again, 5.8, same alcohol, same